needed to start with the things that take the longest to cook, which is going to be our potatoes with our corn. So you want to make sure that you wash all your stuff, even your seafood that you're going to use. So I have these red potatoes here. I'm definitely not going to use all of this because I'm just cooking for myself. So estimate how much you're going to use for the amount of people that you're going to use. Also note, I do not measure my stuff. I just eyeball everything and I know what tastes good. Speaking on that, for the sauce, if you don't like something I'm throwing in here, feel free to take it out or add whatever you want into the mix. We got the corn over here. I love this. This is from Trader Joe's. Good old Trader Joe's comes through with it. It's already shucked and ready to go. So I'm gonna wash my produce, all right, and then we're gonna get this into a pot of boiling water. So we're gonna bring that to a boil. Again, you always wanna start with the things that take the longest to cook. Probably could have gotten away with a bigger pan, but you know what? We need this for our seafood. So while we wait for that to cook, let's work on this sauce. I'm gonna show you guys the ingredients that I like to put in my sauce. Again, feel free to customize this towards your taste buds. I'm gonna try to make mine really spicy today. Spicy and zesty. So I have lots of lemon. I like to do lemon juice in my sauce, but I also like to use it as a garnish on the seafood when it's cooked. So we're also going to use some purple onion. I love it. It's super sweet and so flavorful. Tons of garlic. Probably gonna end up doing a whole head of that. We're gonna need some garlic powder, red chili peppers, again to taste, seasoning salt. You're gonna want some smoked paprika. This is not the Trader Joe's brand inside. It's actually my grandmother's, which she grows from her garden. So it's like the real deal. It's very spicy but sweet, so delicious. Of course, you're gonna wanna have your Old Bay. You cannot do a seafood boil without this. I go crazy with the Old Bay. It just makes it taste so authentic and delicious. Black pepper, and then this is organic brown sugar because I like a nice sweet balance with all of the savory. It kind of just pulls everything together. Same with the lemon. You want some sweetness, some zesty, and some spicy, and it really just comes out so nice. So that's all the ingredients for the sauce. Aside from the butter, I'm gonna make this whole entire butter thing for the sauce, the base of it. I use Earth Balance Original. It's a vegan butter, and it's basically just a blend of different oils. But I promise you, it does not make a difference if you use this versus regular schmegular butter. It tastes amazing. So you're definitely gonna wanna have a lot of butter on hand. Again, depending on how much you're making. If it's just a personal serving, honestly, cut it in half, but today we're doing the whole thing. I hate peeling garlic, but it's so worth it at the end. This is about a head of garlic peeled. I'm gonna roughly chop this up, and I added in the butter already to the pan. So we're gonna melt that in with, or melt it down in with the onion and then the fresh garlic as well. This way it'll soften up and all of the amazing flavors will be infused into the butter. Something to note, which I love, is actually doing a big batch of this sauce and then saving it until like the next day for leftovers, because the more and the longer that the sauce with the spices sits around, it just tastes even better the next day. So roughly chop your garlic. This is about half of a large purple onion here. I love onion with this recipe, so I might end up doing the whole thing. You can see our big thing of butter. I'm gonna wait for that to melt down and liquefy a little bit. But before then, I'll go ahead and start on my lemons. Roll them out, it releases more of the juice. That got a lot of juice, so I'm gonna add in my garlic now since the butter's starting to liquefy, because you don't want it to burn. So add this in while it's kind of melted. And I promise, this sauce is so easy to do. You throw everything in, you boil it, you mix it, and voila. See how much onion that is, but it just makes it taste so good. It's so worth peeling all that garlic and stuff. So I'm gonna get a spoon. gonna break up that butter. All right, so this is on like a medium-high heat right now. And I'm gonna watch it because you don't want this to get too bubbly, like you don't want it to overboil. So I'm gonna wait for this to melt down and wait for the onions to soften. And once I see that they're softened, they're a little bit darker in color, that's when we'll add all of our spices and seasonings to this, because right now it's not that flavorful, but it's about to be hooked up. All right guys, I'm gonna show you now the spices. I'm trying to clean the kitchen up as I go along because I hate cleaning the kitchen after I've eaten a really bomb meal. So I'm gonna turn this now on low. You can see it's bubbling at a steady pace. So this is where you go in and you add what you want and how much of it. Just taste it as you go along so you know what you want to add more of. So I'm gonna start with a spoonful of my organic brown sugar. Again, because I like a more sweet and savory sauce. We're gonna add a bunch of Old Bay. I don't even measure this, but for the amount of butter, it's gonna be a lot. I always do more Old Bay than everything else. So mix that in. It's gonna get really thick. It's gonna get red in color. Okay. And I'm gonna add some paprika. I like a lot of this because it's very, very tasty. I'm gonna have to ask my grandma to send some more my way. I'm gonna do some red pepper flakes, which this is almost out. You ever notice how hot it gets in the kitchen? I'm breaking a sweat. This is my workout for the day. Just trying to shake out this freaking red pepper and it's getting everywhere but in the pot. Stand by. Gonna add some garlic powder. I know we put a bunch of garlic in there, but some garlic powder can't hurt. We're gonna add some seasoning salt. And this is out. Your girl always has backups. Okay. Give that a nice mix. So mix that all up. And you want to keep it on a simmer. And that'll really help bring out all of the nice spices. Now, while this is cooking, I'm going to turn this pot on. I have a little bit of water in it because we're going to steam the tiger shrimp, and then the king crab is already cooked. So I just want to heat that up. So I'm going to turn this on like a medium high. I've added some pink Himalayan salt to the water. And I've washed my tiger shrimp and rinsed off the king crab legs. Make sure you wash your food, rinse it, give it a good clean. And I just need to add black pepper to this. And if you want, you could do lemon pepper. I have this, is really good. It's a grinder from Trader Joe's, but because I like the fresh lemon juice, I don't need to add that. I like a lot of pepper because your girl likes some spice. A little kick in the back of my throat, okay? She's hot, she's steamy, she's almost ready. But think about dipping your food into this with corn on the cob. Oh my God. What did I do to deserve this meal? So that's our corn over there getting all cooked. You wanna just poke your potatoes with a knife, and when it's soft, this is done, you know? So it has about 5 or 10 more minutes left. Today I have the tiger shrimp. There's about 7 pieces of those, and then I got like 3 king crab legs. That's about 1 pound of each, so 2 pounds of seafood that we have here. So once this is cooked, we'll be ready to eat. Look at this, you guys. I know it looks a little naked, but we have the sauce and that's where it's at. I'm gonna be doing a second part to this video, which is the mukbang. So if you wanna see me de-shell and devour this deliciousness, then stick around for part 2. Make sure you guys subscribe, throw up the thumbs up if you want more recipe videos, and let me know down below if you guys are obsessed with seafood just as much as I am. Stick around for part 2 where we're gonna be doing the mukbang. We're gonna do some storytelling. We're gonna talk about this delicious meal, and you guys can eat with me because I live alone, I eat alone. So sad. Which is why I found the mukbang community, and I'm like, yes, I can eat with other people. So if you guys make this at home, let me know how it goes. Let me show you guys the sauce before I leave. I'm just trying to wrap this video up so I can eat. Like, my mouth is just like, I want to eat it so bad. This is my delicious sauce for the seafood, and you can only imagine how delicious and spicy this is gonna be. That's all chili at the top. Skirt, skirt.